Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Beautiful day, isn't it? Just gorgeous. Nice to see everybody in person. We're happy to have you all here. I'd like to welcome you to Service Dog class graduation number 8. We're so excited for all of you here today. Congratulations. At this time, I'd like to introduce our local Girl Scout group to come up and present the colors, please.
Audience attention, please stand and remove all hats. Color guard attention, color guard advance. Color guard post the colors. Color guard salute the colors. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Color guard dismissed. Audience, you may be seated.
Thank you so much, ladies. It was nice to have you back. Well, my name is Yvonne Martin. I'm the Director of Programs here at Guide Dogs of America, Tender Loving Canines. And as I said before, we're so happy to see all of you and here to celebrate our class graduating. I just want to take a couple minutes and thank some people for us before we move on with our program. We couldn't do what we do without all of our many volunteers. And some of those most dedicated and hardest working are our puppy raisers. Without you guys, we couldn't fulfill our mission. And for that, I just want to take a time to say thank you personally and give you a round of applause. Thank you, guys. There's another group of dog keepers that oftentimes go missing, and without these folks, we wouldn't have our puppies. It would be in our puppy raiser homes. But we have an amazing group of breeder keepers, and these folks take these breeders into their home. They keep them healthy. They feed them 10 bags of food when they're pregnant, and they really keep our breeding stock doing what they're here for. And so I just want personally to thank each one of you that are here or watching from home for your hard work and dedication to our program and keeping our breeding stock healthy. Thank you so much. And the last group that I want to thank before we get this show on the road is we have a group of extremely dedicated puppy area leaders. And I know just from myself and all of us here at the program, we wouldn't be able to do what we do here without you folks helping us out. Those of you who don't know, we have puppy raising groups from Ventura all the way to San Diego to Inland Empire. And these individuals and couples take their time and they run these groups and help us. If we have any problems or need help, we reach out and ask them for help, and they're always there to do it, along with running their groups and helping their puppy raisers. So if we have area leaders here today, would you guys please stand so we can thank you as well? And if you're watching from home, thank you so much for all you do. And along that line, before I turn it over, there's one last quest I'm going to put out there. Those of you watching at home, we really need puppy raisers. So if you've thought about it, if you're wondering about it, please reach out. We have loved to talk to you about it. We would love to share what we do here and make you part of our family. So please reach out if you're interested in being a puppy raiser. And with that, I would like to turn it over to our president, Mr. Russell Gitlin.
Good morning. Got a beautiful day going, and it's nice to have everybody coming back, and we got the mask on. Pretty excited about that piece of it. We've been pretty busy around here. We got a lot going on. If you look around the campus, it's all done. We're pretty excited about the new campus and what it brings to not just the safety of the dog, but I think the students will probably comment on their stay, and that some of them I had to actually give an eviction notice to today because they wanted to stay. And some of the dogs too, actually. So we're excited about everything that you were able to provide for us, because it's donations from you guys that make this happen. It's great to be here with you and celebrate the graduation of 9 new service dog teams. Winston Churchill once said, "We make a living by what we get, we make a life by what we give." And today, I'm going to talk to you about 2 distinguished individuals who made lives out of giving. The first is a man I've known for many years, Luther Williams. Thursday, I had the privilege of attending Luther's retirement party. And during the party, they played a slideshow featuring different aspects of Luther's life. One picture in particular stood out to me. It was a news clipping of Luther attempting to integrate the all-white school system in his hometown in Virginia. And I was struck by the age that Luther was. He was a child. I was lost in thought, thinking of how his single mother prepared him for such a moment. Think about telling your son that tomorrow will be a defining day in his life, that tomorrow he will stand up and be the leader for all black people in this nation. I thought about the pride that she must have felt watching her son change the world. And for the rest of Luther's life, he was a defender against discrimination. He marched, he protested with the best of them. He is admired by governors, congressmen, labor leaders, and even presidents for his actions. Luther is a good son, a good brother, and a great father. To me, Luther has been a friend and a role model. See, Luther has been a volunteer his entire life, and because of his hard work, Luther has instituted change. He had role models that taught him to live but give. The second person that I'd like to honor today is the late Jackie Butler, who passed away earlier this month. Jackie was a great woman who will be dearly missed. I ask that you hold her husband Jack and her family in your thoughts and your prayers. Jackie was another friend of mine who believed in living and giving. Many of you knew Jackie as a tireless volunteer here at GDA. Jackie gave her life to this organization. She was the matriarch of the Butler family and made sure that many people received the gift of sight in the form of a guide dog. Her impact on this program is now her legacy, a legacy that will live on with us forever. In her memory, I'm going to read a poem she wrote in 1987. It's about the first puppy in training she and her husband Jack raised for GDA. Byron, I gave my puppy up today with unwanted tears of sorrow. There is a job that he must learn. He won't play ball tomorrow. I knew this day would have to come while he was yet a pup, and though I know his useful need, it's hard to give him up. I must keep thinking every day what he will soon become. The eyes of one who cannot see, a partnership has begun. Byron isn't just a dog you see, he's meant to be a guide. To walk with one who needs him more, now I must step aside. As I look around the audience we have gathered here today, I see a room full of Jackies and Luthers. Our supporters, donors, puppy raisers, and volunteers all understand the assignment. By working together in service to others, we can transform lives through partnerships with service dogs. Without that understanding, without volunteers, GDA TLC would be void of the love and the energy required to give folks confidence, independence, and hope. I don't think people understand what I mean when I always say we couldn't do it without our volunteers. As a person who signs off on payroll every week, I can tell you firsthand that we couldn't afford to run this place without volunteers. Everywhere you look, there's a volunteer. The nursery, the kennels, the maintenance, admin, and let's not forget the hundreds of puppy raisers. They run around the campus like elves on the North Pole, working every day and night so we can provide the gift of a service dog to people who need them the most. If you look in the back, you can see one of Santa's workshops right behind you. In the VEC, lead elf Judy Riley is in there working tirelessly on open house, silent auction. Our volunteers are more than just free labor. They help. They're bright spot on campus, always armed with a smile. Lately, they've been my diet's worst enemy. Billy, where are you? Billy's out here somewhere, right? Billy's been bringing cookies and donuts every day, keeping us fed. If she volunteers anymore, I'm going to have to need bigger clothes. Little things like this make GDA a better place. Our volunteers inspire us to be better by showing up every day to support our mission. They remind us of what we're here for. We're more than just a director or an accountant. We're a team connected by our power to change the world. I always say our job is to put dogs in the hands of folks that need them, and there is no one more deserving than today's recipients. How about a round of applause for today's class?
Thank you, Russ. At this time, I'd like to take a moment and introduce our new Director of Service Dog Programs, Cheryl Herman.
Hello, everybody. So excited to be here. I've been with the guide dogs for about 2 months now. I've taken a deep dive into the program, and I'm excited to bring some new training techniques and just bring more excitement and be able to service more veterans, autistic children, and facilities. Class, congratulations, you've worked hard. We've had a lot of good times, lots of laughs. Enjoy your day, and Erin, come on up. Erin is the client specialist. She's been training everybody, doing all the lectures. Lots of work and energy has gone out with her. So, Erin, I give it to you.
I love when our class has inside jokes. That's my favorite thing ever. Thank everybody for being here. I am going to keep what I say incredibly short because we have 9 new teams and I'm going to introduce all of them. But I do want to say thank you really fast to my co-instructors, Stephanie and Nicole, and also Suzanne. I cannot teach this class without you guys, and there are no better partners in class that I could ever ask for on this earth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I also want to thank them for bringing us these dogs from their programs, Stephanie and Nicole, and also all of the trainers who train these dogs at the ends of their careers, and some of them throughout their entire careers inside our prison programs. If you see them doing fancy behaviors on our social media in the future, you can thank our incarcerated trainers in the prison program for teaching them all of those assistive tasks and special skills. So thank you, a Scoutmaster for his son's Boy Scout troop, as well as being a Freemason. AJ?
Can't thank you enough for this opportunity. I love this go. She's a phenomenal dog. She's going to go a long way for myself and my family. I'd like to thank everybody who made this opportunity possible. Even more importantly, I'd like to thank the staff for doing everything that they do. An enormous amount of detail behind the scene work happens that nobody sees, and except for the students, and we'd like to personally thank them.
For your service to this country and keeping us free and safe, Cheryl and I would like to present you with this American flag.
Disco had a puppy raiser, and she is represented by Bob, who I believe is coming up on stage to also say something about raising Disco.
Good morning. I'm Bob Whitson, and my wife Gwen and I were Disco's puppy raisers. We think of Disco as our surprise puppy because our life with her was so full of surprises. Disco was our third GDA puppy, and she came home with us at the end of September of 2019. Our first surprise was that John and Roz Goulian volunteered to be Disco's financial sponsors, and we're grateful to them and to all the people and organizations that sponsor GDA puppies. The next surprise was not so nice. The COVID-19 pandemic started just a month after Disco came home. Although none of us would really know what that meant for quite a while, the pandemic changed a lot about puppy raising. We couldn't take Disco to many of the places we took our first two GDA puppies to, and her obedience classes were switched from in-person to online. But the GDA staff did a great job of that handling that transition, and I'd really like to thank them for that. An upside to the pandemic is that we got to spend a lot of time with Disco, and we noticed that she was happiest when she had a task. She was really born to be a working girl. Our next big surprise happened when Disco acquired a big brother named Drabble. Drabble was our second GDA pup, and he career changed in February of 2021. Disco and Drabble became inseparable, and I know that Drabble is very proud of Disco as well. In May of last year, Disco went in for training, and at the end of June, we got another surprise. Stephanie Coleman called us to ask if we would mind having Disco switch from the GDA program to the TLC program. After we learned about the TLC program and how it worked, I think it took us about 20 minutes to call Stephanie back with an enthusiastic yes. So at the beginning of last July, Disco went to the Richard J. Donovan facility to begin training with her inmate partner. We got monthly reports about her progress with mostly good things to say, but we expected it would take her about a year to complete her training. So the final surprise came last Wednesday when we learned that Disco would be graduating today, less than 11 months before she entered the program. It was a privilege for us to spend time with what seems like a very fast 606 days as Disco's puppy raisers, and yes, I did the math. And we are delighted that she has done so well in her training. We hope that Disco and AJ have a long and successful partnership.
And now we're going to see a video from Disco's trainers inside the prison. I'm going to read a little description. Inside the prison, in a white brick room with concrete floors, Disco lies on the floor beneath her trainer's chair. Two more trainers stand behind them in front of a colorful painted mural in an outdoor scene.
My name is Fernando Millsap, and these are my co-trainers, Peter Lewis and Patrick Acuna. It's been our honor to be able to train Disco to become a service dog. And what I will remember most about Disco is how eager and willing she was to becoming a service dog. She enjoyed learning new things and picked up the curriculum quickly and easily. I'll always remember how much she loves to do belly ups and remain there until she is acknowledged. Or how happy she looks when she is playing chase with other dogs and showing off her speed. And I will never forget how lovable she is. Working with Disco has allowed me to further develop my patience and empathy. It requires a great deal of patience to teach a different species to communicate with humans. And it is also an exercise of empathy when I consider her place in the learning and teaching dynamic. Having Disco as a companion in an environment like prison has brought me joy and comfort where I would not have had it otherwise. It is my greatest hope that Disco's client will be pleased with her service to them. I hope that they will be able to utilize what she knows to help make their lives easier and more enjoyable. Most of all, I hope that her presence will bring them some semblance of normalcy to their life. And we would like to thank TLCAD and Guide Dogs of America for this wonderful opportunity to be able to give back.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to bring up our next veteran service dog recipient, Antoinette, and her new partner, Maui. Maui was trained at Mule Creek State Prison in Ione, California. And Antoinette is from Illinois. She served in the U.S. Army for 14 years, but after returning home from Desert Storm in Saudi, suffered from headaches, seizures, and PTSD, just to name a few. She's a mother of 6 adult children whom she loves dearly. Since the pandemic, she's picked up abstract painting as a hobby, and her paintings are gorgeous, by the way, she showed us. She also enjoys nature and loves animals, and she's excited about having a true friend in need and indeed. Antoinette?
Hi, I am Antoinette, and I'm really nervous right now. And I said I wouldn't cry, but Maui has already changed my life. We went to the airport, and sound really makes me have a panic attack. But we went to the airport, and by him focusing on me focusing on him, and what we learned with touch and nudge, the sound above did not give me a panic attack. And that was the first time ever. So to all the people that had a part with Maui, the trainers, the breeders, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. God, you changed my life for real. Thank you.
Thank you for your service, Antoinette.
I love when the dogs are so proud too. Maui's tail is just circling like a helicopter all the way down the stage. Thank you, Antoinette. Maui grew up in Mule Creek State Prison, and he did not have a puppy raiser. Well, he had a puppy raiser in the prison, and he was also trained there.
First and foremost, allow me to thank GDA, TLC, Mrs. Maples, and her assistant, Parisi. Getting into this program was something I've always wanted to do in life, learning how to train dogs. And this was something I had a passion for, something I knew I could do and handle. This type of dog training was very different though from anything I thought of or it'd be like. It's all about positive reinforcement, never treating the dogs in a negative manner. What I always remember about Maui is the way he always looks at me. It says it all on his face, and it's very funny. He brings a lot of happiness, and his face says it all. He's a very lovable dog who loves his toys, and everyone in the pod knows who Maui is. He's fun to be around with, Maui gives out fist bumps, hugs, and doesn't mind being petted. You know, we never know what the next man is thinking or going through, but petting Maui or letting him give you a hug for a few minutes, you can see the change in that person. Maui has that effect upon people. He also has a big impact on myself. He's changed me in a positive way. He's taught me not only to be more patient, but to switch my frustrations into a positive attitude. You see, Maui will shut down if he feels you're being frustrated, which is not his fault. It's mine and my attitude. So in order to continue with our training, I had to change my attitude. Then he will continue to work. Basically, Maui was telling me to bring a better attitude. It's a trip, but it's the truth. So now I use that in life all around me. If I could do that for Maui the dog, I could do that for people all around me. I hope and pray that Maui is loved and taken care of with lots of attention by his new client. He's a really good dog and deserves a life of happiness. Maui will do his part with all his hard work and training he's done in the program. He will attend to your needs. Maui asks for in return is to be loved, to have his toys to play with, and to run around when permitted. And don't get frustrated because he picks up on it fast. He will only shut down until you change your attitude. Maui will have a deep change in your life if you allow Maui to do his job as a service dog. You'll become friends really fast. Again, thank you all who helped me to train Maui. This program is such a good program. It's made a deep impact on my life. With skills to train dogs, and so much words that words can't express how I feel inside of what I accomplished with Maui. But thank you, and I'm forever grateful. Thank you, Ms. Maples, for believing in me and for being patient with me and giving me the opportunity to be a part of this team. I'm forever grateful. God bless you.
Thank you. And we didn't do this on purpose, but we've got front-loaded all of our veteran dogs, I believe. So we've got another veteran service dog that I'd like to welcome up. I have veteran service dog recipient Caroline and her new partner, Cora. Cora was raised by Jim and Jennifer Klitfeld of the Santa Clarita Valley Puppy Group, and she was then trained at Richard J. Donovan Correctional Facility in San Diego, California. Caroline is on her way up. She also lives in Illinois and is medically retired combat veteran. While she was in the Air Force, she flew a KC-135 tanker and deployed to Qatar and Turkey in support of Operation Inherent Resolve, Operation Freedom Sentinel, and Operation Restore Hope. Her service dog provides assistance with her PTSD. Caroline, we're so proud of you.
It's really short. As they mentioned, my name is Caroline, and this is Cora. I just want to quickly thank Gda TLC for the amazing opportunity to receive my service dog, and I cannot begin to express how much she's going to change my life. Cora's exceeded all of my expectations, and I couldn't imagine getting matched with a better dog. I also want to thank her puppy raisers for raising such a sweet, loving, and caring girl. I know her sweet nature is a direct correlation to how well you took care of her. Thank you to the trainers and staff in San Diego who worked so hard to make sure Cora was ready for working with me. And lastly, I want to thank Erin, Stephanie, Nicole, Suzanne, and Cheryl for everything they did this week in preparing all of us to be successful teams. And to everyone involved with Gda TLC that made it possible for me to have Cora, you are all my heroes. And thank you for helping me get my life back.
Present you with the certificate of completion. You graduated, you worked hard, you got here. It's the beginning of a new life, as we talked about earlier. And this flag for your service.
Cora's puppy raiser, Jim, is here. Jim, come on up.
Consciously or unconsciously, we all at some point have to answer the great question of self or others. And I think institutions like GDA, TLC, people like the volunteers associated with it, and dogs like Cora push us all in that direction of serving others. Jennifer and I were honored to inherit Cora when she was about 4 months and help her develop some amazing skills and traits. We are both educators, so Cora jumped right into our classrooms, and sadly my own school experienced a tragic school shooting, and Cora walked right into that as well. So in addition to her own training, she was part of the recovery from trauma and grief for hundreds and literally thousands of young people and staff. And Jennifer and I are just so confident that she is an uncommonly fine animal from an uncommonly fine community here. And we hope from the bottom of our hearts that she helps Caroline live a wonderful, wonderful life. Thank you.
Thank you. We've also got a video from Cora's trainer at RJD, and I'm going to read a description. Inside the prison, in front of a painted mural, Cora lies beneath her trainer's chair, and 4 more trainers stand around them.
My name is Juan Reyes. I am Cora's primary trainer. I was blessed to have been assigned to her by tender-loving canine dogs, assistant dogs, Guide Dogs of America staff back in June. Apart from all the training that I gave to Cora, it was returned to me by her in the affection and dedication that she offered me every day. She taught me of our responsibility and a greater purpose in the work that we serve. I was rewarded with joy from her every training session by watching how smart and eager she is to learn and do her cues. I will always remember her as my daily companion and how she always wanted to offer affection and unconditional love back to me. She never had days where she wasn't eager to work. She taught me patience, persistence, understanding, kindness, and to always look at the bigger picture in the world out there. I sincerely wish that her new family will accept and love her as another member of their family as she became to me. I hope that she always brings joy every day and transform your lives as she has done for me. As a member of the R.J. Donovan Hooch program, which stands for Prisoners Overcoming Obstacles, Creating Hope, I speak for all of my fellow trainers here. Thank you to Guide Dogs and tender-loving canine assistant staff for always allowing us to overcome the obstacles in our lives and create hope in the lives of others. I will miss you so much, Cora, but you are being given a purpose to be of service to this incredible family. God bless. Thank you all.
Thank you. I think the trick to doing what I'm doing right now is to never look at your students while they're hearing a speech. Okay, next up we've got a facility dog placement. We have facility dog recipient Chris and his new partner Fiji. Fiji was raised by Derek and Lisa Swenningson of the San Diego TLC Puppy Group. And then he was trained at Mill Creek State Prison in Ione, California. Chris lives in Alabama. He's a career prosecutor with over 20 years of experience, and together with his facility dog Fiji, they will assist victims of trauma as they navigate the court system.
On behalf of all of the people, children, the adults, Fiji's going to help in the future. Just want to say thank you to Guide Dogs of America, Tender Loving Canines, Fiji's puppy raiser, who's here, the folks at Mule Creek and Nicole, getting him to this point, to Aaron for giving me this opportunity. With a facility dog, the magic is going to happen in the future, and he's such a good dog. And, I think the sky's the limit for him. And I just want to say thank you to all the donors, also everyone who has made this possible for us. The sky's the limit with Fiji. And just couldn't be more excited, and thank you all so very much.
Donna, you with that certificate of completion. Congratulations on the hard work. We look forward to hearing about the stories about you and Fiji and the wonderful things that I know that you're going to complete with the extension of this gift. We wish you well.
Fiji is represented by Derek, and he's here coming up to say a few things about raising Fiji.
So first off, I wasn't the only one who was puppy raising Fiji. My wife Lisa also assisted. Unfortunately, she could not be here today, but she sends her love for sure. Lisa and I got into puppy raising for two reasons. Combine two of our passions, dogs and helping others. Having kind of raised puppies all of our lives just as pets for families, we knew that it was going to involve quite a bit of effort, right? But we knew that that effort would be worth it if we could help just one person. So I cannot express the joy that Lisa and I are having right now, knowing that Fiji will touch many, many lives with Chris back in Alabama. We are incredibly joyful in knowing that. Fiji was a dream of a puppy, and we know all the great things that he's going to be able to do. Chris, you said it, the sky is the limit. He's an awesome, awesome dog. So, Chris, I wish the best for you and look forward to seeing how Fiji lights up your waiting room, right? Helps victims of trauma and touches the lives of your coworkers, and let's not forget you as well. Thank you.
Derek's a little taller than me. I gotta move my back. We have also got a video from Fiji's trainer at Mule Creek. Inside the prison, Fiji's trainer sits on the floor while Fiji sits behind him on a mat, resting his head on his trainer's shoulder.
Hello, my name is Alan. No? Hello, my name is Alan. This is Fiji. I've had Fiji for about 7 months. When I got him, he was fully trained. The credit for that goes to a guy named Pino Macias. Pete, come on. Oh boy. He paroled, and he had trained Fiji up until his last day. Macias and I had similar experiences. Our first dogs were released. That hurts. There isn't a lot of opportunities like to do something good when you're in prison. The Pooch program gives us that opportunity. It has tangible results. We get to transform a life in a positive way. Dog training, it probably isn't supposed to be as hard as we sometimes make it. Not many of us come to prison being patient, responsible, kind, and then be that consistently. Things that your dog needs to be awesome. Macias figured that out and made Fiji awesome. Even when he was preparing to go home after many years in prison, he continued to train Fiji. My job since then was to make sure that I get Fiji to you as good as he was given to me. I did the best I could. I got a lot of help from my coworkers in a bunch of small ways. We all help each other, and we all want the dogs to succeed. I don't know if Macias is there today. I hope he is, because Fiji is a success. And Macias deserves to celebrate that. And I appreciate that he let me share in this. And I also thank Ms. Maples and Ms. Parisi for trusting me to do this. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we are going to hear from one of our Autism Service Dog recipients. Autism Service Dog recipient Kaylee is coming up with her new partner, Orion. Orion was trained throughout his career at Mill Creek State Prison in Ione, California. And Kaylee is from Minnesota, and she's a registered nurse. She's a proud mom of 3 beautiful kids. She works together with her dog, Orion, she will in the future, to benefit her 8-year-old autistic son, Logan, in accessing the world around him.
Hi. As Erin said, I'm Kaylee, and I have 3 autistic children, and my 8-year-old son will be the recipient of Orion. And when I tell you that when we signed up for this dog, we had no idea what to expect, that would be an understatement. We signed up and applied for a service dog because our son was in crisis and had extremely violent behaviors, and we didn't know where else to turn. So when we signed up, we had hoped that maybe this dog would help us access things like the grocery store or be able to take a walk as a family. But over the course of the last 8 days, Orion has allowed us to dream again. We'll be able to do so much more than just the grocery store. We're starting to dream about taking vacations and taking our son out in the community that he doesn't quite understand. But we have been given such a gift that he's going to be able to be a kid again. I can't thank you enough as his mom for the incredible gift of this amazing dog. I hope we will do it justice and we will be forever grateful for this gift. Thank you.
Congratulations, Kaylee. Here's a gift for your other 2 kids who don't have Orion.
And we'll see a video from Orion's trainer. Inside the prison, Orion's trainer sits in a chair with his arm around Orion, who is also sitting in a chair next to him.
Hello everybody, my name is Robert, and this is Orion. Orion is an adorable dog. When he looks at you, he captures your attention. When I received Orion, he was fully trained, thanks to everybody that's in the program. And each person in the program helped me with him. Orion has a fun and loving personality, and his eagerness to learn and work are amazing. He is so smart. From the moment I received Orion, he always wanted to be next to me. He always was curious about me and made me feel important. He taught me valuable lessons, like how to communicate, be patient and calm. Most importantly, he taught me how to set myself up for success. He trained me more than I trained him. I would definitely miss him. My hope is that when you see Orion, that you will see his love, kind and caring personality, that he will support you and your family in all aspects of your life, that you will love being around him just as much as I do. To the family, I just want you to know you are getting an amazing dog. Thank you.
Thank you. That is those dreams Kaylee was talking about are super fun to watch. Throughout the week, everybody starts to tell their stories of what they think they might do, and the amount that those stories change from the time they get here to the time they leave is really, really fun to witness. We're going to bring up another Autism Service Dog recipient. We have Kelly and her new partner, Jasmine. Jasmine was also raised and trained at Mule Creek State Prison in Isle, California. Kelly is from Virginia and has been the domestic half of an active duty military family for over 20 years. She spent much of that time supporting their autistic son, Alex, volunteering in his schools, providing therapy support, assisting other military families with special education, navigation, and advocacy. She and Jasmine will work as a team to help Alex navigate busy environments, provide appropriate sensory input to ease anxiety, and hopefully Alex will make a few new friends along the way.
That one gesture, my husband Scott and I truly believe that a new world is going to open up for Alex with his social interactions, with his friends, making eye contact with people. It's going to make all the difference in the world. Other cues that she has will help him with mobility, just maneuvering around and feeling more comfortable in different places. So I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you to our trainers, all of our trainers. Thank you to the people who raised money to help us get to this point. You've changed our world. Thank you.
I'd like to give you this dog, but I just would like to take a minute. I got TLC, the staff, their Gda TLC. You know, listen, it's fun to be the president of Guide Dogs. I get all the accolades. It's not fair because, truthfully, it's the staff here that makes that happen. So why don't we just start by having our TLC group that worked hard this week to make this graduation happen. Why don't you stand up and show you? Come on, girls. Show them who you are. It's wonderful. They're here. They give up their families and they give up their time to come here and work hard and make sure this happens. And we love you for it. And then I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to say all my GDA staff, which is out there. I got a lot out there. GDA staff, please stand up. Please stand up, GDA staff. I think it's important that they get recognized. It's easy for you to know who I am, but you should know who they are. And they really are the ones that make all of this happen. So thank you. Thank you for entertaining me with that. And again, for your child, when you go home, we're excited to hear about all the great things that this beautiful animal is going to do for you, your service dog is going to do for you and your family. Thank you.
And now we'll see a video from Jasmine's trainer in the prison. Inside the prison, Jasmine's trainers are seated in chairs on either side of Jasmine, who is also seated in a chair.
What I remember most about Jasmine is the loving and working bond we developed. Throughout the time I had with Jasmine, each passing day was filled with even more beautiful memories than the day before. On one day in particular, while training, I was feeling burdened with a heavy heart, thinking about my family and children. I became so overwhelmed with emotion, I began to cry, but just a little bit. To my surprise, without even being cute, Jasmine came and gave me a doggy hug. It was as if in that moment she knew I was not just a trainer, but a person who needed to be comforted. It was right then I knew Jasmine's purpose in life is to be of service to others. In my past, I was not someone who was concerned with the needs of others. Working with Jasmine in the Pooch program here at Mill Creek has affected the way I view the world. She has helped me understand responsibility, accountability, and compassion. Excuse me. I've learned and now practice patience, good work ethics, giving back, and a greater understanding of behavior. I joined the Pooch program to make amends for my past and to give back to the community. There are no words to express how deeply rewarding it is to do something good for someone else. Seeing her graduate and knowing that she will change someone's life motivates and inspires me to continue to work on changing my own life as well. I hope Jasmine's new family will love her as much as I know she will love them. I hope that she and the new client become best friends that do everything together. Go for walks, play, and watch cartoons together. Anything that will bring a smile to the client's face and hopefully make their life easier at the same time. I would like to take a moment to thank fellow trainer Daniel for all the help and guidance he has given me. I would also like to thank all the staff and volunteers at Guide Dogs of America 1011 Canine for putting your trust, faith, and funding into the Pooch program. Thank you, Mr. Reezy, for holding us all to a higher standard, and a special thanks to Ms. Maples for helping me believe in my potential to become the confident, consistent, and capable trainer I am today. In closing, I'd like to tell everyone who has been a part of the process, I would like to tell them this. Getting into the program was not simply just a hired moment. For me, it's been a transforming experience and a defining moment in my life. Thank you, and you guys be safe out there.
Thank you. Next, we have another facility dog. Facility dog recipient Laura and her new partner Nala. Nala was trained at Mule Creek State Prison in Ione, California, and she's actually already been working for a little while. So we won't play a video from her trainer because we've done that before. But Nala is, the torch is being passed on Nora's handling from her previous handler who it has retired to Laura, who's taking over on her handling. And Laura is from California, and she's an office assistant specialist at the San Joaquin County Family Justice Center. Laura and Nala will meet with victims of domestic violence, human trafficking, sexual assault, elder abuse, child abuse, and stalking to assess their needs and connect them with resources. Laura and Nala also attend domestic violence court to assist victims and provide comfort during an extremely stressful and traumatic time in their lives.
On your schedule, no time. I would just like to take this opportunity to thank everyone here, to thank the staff, trainers, the donors that keep this program going. Working in the Family Justice Center with victims that are going through some of the most traumatic, difficult, stressful times in their lives, and having them come through in just complete crisis mode, breaking down, not knowing what's going to happen next, and seeing that fear in their face. And as soon as they see this sweet one here, watching it just melt away, at least temporarily, is just an unbelievable feeling. What we do in our office is extremely difficult. We hear it all the time. How do you do it? How do you keep doing it? It's the moments that we see the comfort in people's eyes, the comfort that Nala brings to them. That's what helps us. That's what keeps us moving. And knowing that these people need us and they need her. So we are beyond thankful that we are given this opportunity, that I'm given this opportunity to keep Nala in our facility so she can continue on helping those that truly need her and helping those find hope and healing in a truly difficult time. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, and another stuffed animal to add to your collection in your office.
Thank you. We have 2 more service dogs coming up. They're both Autism Service Dogs. Next up, I have Autism Service Dog recipient Montanique and his new partner, Louie. You might notice that Louie is always smiling or laying upside down on his back. Louie was raised by the Neal family from Ventura Puppy Group, and he was trained at Mule Creek State Prison in Ione, California. Montanique is a government contractor in Virginia where he provides enterprise architecture services, working directly with the Information Technology Department. Montanique, along with his wife Roxanne, are parents to their amazing kid Bladen, who is on the autism spectrum. They work together to provide the tools for Bladen to succeed in his life and to create an avenue for him to express himself freely and live independently as he gets older.
Hello, everybody. Montanique, of course, this is Louie. Wow. I have so much to say, but I'm just going to really just sum it all up to say thank you. Thank you to everybody. Louie. Good boy. Oh man, ever since receiving Louie, you guys don't know, this truly was an answer to prayer. A few years ago, I was a dad traveling back and forth to work, and I had a small little prayer that I wanted to be a part of my son's life a little bit more. And this happened, and a couple other things happened, and it made it possible. And so this is just one of the ways that we get to give back to Bladen to say, hey, we believe in you, and you have a future. So thank you. I want to send a special thank you out to the staff this week. Thank you guys so much for seeing me, for being able to identify Louie, to be of assistance to not just me, my family, but more importantly, our son. So thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Suzanne. Thank you, Suzanne. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Cheryl. Russ, thank you so much for just leading a great organization. I really appreciate it, sir. You've been a blessing to not just my family, but just to us all. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. And because you have 2 black dogs, you need one more yellow.
Louie got up from his sit when Montanique was talking, and he had to stop his whole speech just to tell him to sit back down. And as a their teacher, I tell them, you know, during graduation, it doesn't matter what your dog does, it's fine. But it kind of warms my heart that they all stop and they still do what we train them to do anyway. So I love that. It's great. Where were we? Louis' puppy raiser is not here today, but I do have something to read that was presented from them. As a family of 4, we all shared the privilege of raising and training Louis. While he wasn't destined to be a guide dog, we knew he wouldn't give up. What an exciting moment for Louis and his new family. Wishing we could be there to celebrate with this new team, but we are proudly watching from Texas. Thank you to GDA for choosing us to assist Louis in his journey, and congratulations, Louis, we love you. From John, Vanessa, Zoe, and Grace Neal. We've also got a video from Louis' trainer inside Mill Creek State Prison. In the prison, Louis' trainer sits on the floor while Louis is lying across his lap in a squish position.
My name is Edgar Madrigal, and this is Louis. Louis is a ball of energy, and one thing I always remember about Louis is his talent to make everyone laugh by always going into a belly up. In the most unexpected moments, like when he gets bored in his crate, Louis has helped me in many ways, including how to manage my feelings in a healthier way. I wish you the best with Louis. I know you will be in good hands because Louis is super vigilant and he is always aware of his or her handler. Louis also gives the greatest hugs and snuggles. Louis has helped me in many different ways, including how to manage my feelings in a healthier way. I wish you the best with Louis. I know you will be in good hands because Louis is super vigilant and he is always aware of his or her handler. Louis also gives the greatest hugs and snuggles. So I hope that when you're going through difficult moments, Louis will be there to comfort and help you through it. And with that said, I appreciate everyone involved that made this happen for Louis' new client. I wish you the best. Thank you.
Thank you. And next we have our very last recipient. And she comes to us all the way from Calgary, Canada. And I gotta say, while she's coming up and I'm reading about them, it's been really fun for us to have students coming into our service dog program from all across the United States and Canada. When we were Tender Loving Canines prior to our merger a couple years ago with Guide Dogs of America, we only placed our dogs in California. And we placed them really close to where our prison programs were located. So, and then COVID came and there was a lot of travel restrictions and considerations that made it hard for us to actually be able to place our dogs nationwide and in Canada. And so lots of these folks have been waiting a long time to be able to get these service dogs in their hands and take them home to their families. And it's been really exciting for us to be able to experience a class of folks from all across the nation and even from Canada. And we plan to continue that in the future. Autism Service Dog recipient Naomi is coming up with her partner Rio. Rio was raised by the Carlson family of the Orange County Puppy Group. She was trained at Camp Pendleton-based Brig in Oceanside, California. Naomi's from Calgary, Canada. She's a mother to an amazing 10-year-old with autism. She and Rio are grateful for the opportunity to support her son in facing his struggles with anxiety and sensory symptoms and to gain independence and self-confidence.
The first, yeah, that's not hard to straight get through. The first morning that I woke up with Rio in my room, I called my son so he could say good morning to her. And she lay on her mat, and I put the phone on the floor. It's the bed. I put the phone on the floor so he could see her, and he sang to her for nearly half an hour while I was getting ready for our big day together.
every morning and night that we call home, he asks when he can take over as her handler and take her everywhere with him. And I keep saying that when he's much older, we can talk about it. And he said, okay, well then, our first trip, we'll join the July class so I can learn to be her handler. Because I'll be 11 by then. The joy and the light in his eyes every time he asks about her, talks about her. It's amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. If an ambulance comes, it's only because everybody's panicked, because this is the fewest words I've said since
Take a minute and wish you well, and I got a lot of work for you and your son up there in Canada, so get ready. All right?
Rio's puppy raiser, Enika, is here. And she's going to come up once Naomi gets situated. Hi. So Rio is the only puppy that I know who can love a human more than she can love herself. My family and I are beyond proud of our little Rio, as we like to call her, because she is truly the epitome of unconditional love and loyalty. Rio has brought endless joy to our lives as well as countless heartwarming experiences. I would describe Rio to people as our little ballerina because, first of all, of her long, slender, and athletic body, graceful stride, and second, her second position ballet stance with her front paws like this, always pointed out. Rio is the consummate performer who just always loves being in the spotlight. As soon as all eyes are on her, as you guys just saw on the stage, she turns into our little prima ballerina, perfectly composed, poised, and performs whatever is asked of her flawlessly. I say this because at every puppy kindergarten class, our sweet Rio would calmly sit with one paw crossed over the other and then execute all of her commands skillfully and consistently. She can turn this talent on as soon as she sees an audience, and she thrives joyously on the constant praise she receives from everyone and anyone. Little did people know that while at home, she is still just an exuberant, playful, and quirky puppy. I would really like to thank our Orange County area leaders, Joanne, Tammy, and Mark, as well as our puppy trainer, Hannah, for helping me tailor Rio's training, as well as all of her training to provide her with the foundations to attend Service Dog College. To the amazing TLC trainers, thank you for shaping our sweet prima donna girl into an amazing professional service dog. And finally, thank you, Naomi and Gabe, if you're watching, for welcoming Rio into your home and for loving and caring for her from this point forward. I know she will fill your household with charm, enduring tenderness, and countless kisses. Thank you. Thank you. And we have a letter from Rio's trainer at the Camp Pendleton Facebook, which Suzanne is going to read for you all.
Should I have you follow on today? I'm Suzanne Gda. I'm training manager South. I oversee our prison programs down there. So Rio was trained by men, incarcerated Marines at the Brady Camp Pendleton. We don't have video, and that's why I'm going to read a letter. Her primary trainer was Guardson S. He did most of her training the last several weeks. She was with Jonathan Q. So this is from Guardson S. Rio is the most passionate, lovely, friendly, and soul-comforting dog I have ever worked with. She's a quick learner. She's extremely persistent. I will always remember her effortless overflow of excitement and enthusiasm. I will remember her pretty name and face. I'm going to remember her hugs and speed whenever I recall her to me. Over nearly a year, while I taught and trained Rio, I also learned a lot. It was more than training a dog to do something. I am forever going to be humbled by the power of the dog. I have learned to stay humble, tender, and understanding. Rio has also been an emotional supporter throughout our journey in prison. She has kept me positively occupied, for she was the bridge to giving back to the society that I will soon re-enter. She created a sense of belonging, and I took the amount of time I've spent with her very seriously. She opened my eyes to the world of dogs. They can be more than just a dog. What I wish for is to broaden this world for more clients. I hope that Rio and her new client will quickly bond, have a strong relationship, and work with each other through thick and thin. I also hope that they will accept each other and love each other. And I wish you all happy moments every single day. Thank you, Guardson.
That's all of our students, but we're not done yet. But before I turn it back over to Yvonne, I just want to tell my students, you did it! I'm so proud of you guys. I know we said this in secret, but I'm going to say it to everybody. I'm so proud of you guys. You did everything so well, and you gave it everything you had. And you're going to go home and do amazing things. Thank you for trusting us and trusting our process. I know it's hard sometimes, but thank you for believing in our systems and following all of our meticulous instructions and giving your heart and soul to maintaining the training of these dogs. I know you're going to make us really, really proud.
Wow, what a day. What a way to start May tomorrow, huh? Thank you guys. Thank you so much for coming here. Glad that we can be a part of your lives. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all on live feed, I think. I don't know. It's been great having you all here. Class, I just want to remind you, we're only a phone call away. If there's anything we can do for you, please do not hesitate to reach out. You have an amazing team of trainers here that we're here for you, as always. So please just holler. With that, I do need to make an announcement that we are having tours. And our tour lady is here. And we're going to be meeting under the wisteria, which is over by to my left. Your right, the dog leash area, if you'd like to have a brief tour of the facility. And if you're with Yvette's group, you're going to meet to my right, your left, in the dining room. And we will go from there. From that, I'd like to again thank you from the bottom of our heart and guide dogs and mark out to canines. Thank you for visiting us today. Congratulations.